What's going on, y'all boys? Today we got our college football dark horses. These are teams that are currently outside of the top 10, but have a legit shot at a national championship. So I'm going to let Kyle go ahead and start off with his college football dark horse.
Yeah, I mean, this college football year, you don't really know who's going to win it all. So for my dark horse right now, they're at 14, no, at 12 is Oklahoma. So they're right outside the top 10. This Oklahoma team is legit. Dylan Gabriel, he's playing his butt off. He's thrown for 15 passing touchdowns and only 2 interceptions, and he has 19 total touchdowns, throwing for over 1,500 yards. He's playing like a top 15 quarterback right now, and that says something with all the quarterbacks that are in college football. They've got solid weapons with Nick Anderson and with Andrell Anthony at the wide receiver position. Their running attack does kind of scare me because they don't really have much of a running attack. They really do rely on Dylan Gabriel a whole bunch, but I mean they're playing out of their mind right now, and their defense is only allowing 10 points per game. Oh, they haven't really played much competition. I mean, like we mentioned about Michigan, they're beating the bad teams, handily. Other than SMU, their closest game was a 15-point win over Cincinnati. And Cincinnati's a solid team as well. So they're my dark horse, and I mean, if they beat this Texas team, you can't help but vault them up into that conversation.
Yeah, I like that Oklahoma team a lot too, and I think they have one of the easier paths to playoffs out of all the really, really high top 15 ranked teams, just because they beat that Texas team is going to give them a really, really good shot, and their schedule after that's not super hard. So, um,
After that, I mean, right now it's not even a ranked team on their schedule after that. So if they beat Texas, it may be a cakewalk to the playoffs.
So for me, I have Washington State. This team's sitting at 4-0. They just came off of a bye week, and then right before that, beating Oregon State, who everybody was high on, 38-35. The one thing that does worry me before I get into the good things is that defense. The least amount of points they've allowed all year is 21, and that was against Northern Colorado. But in that game, they put up 64. So I mean, that makes it really. I mean, it's a blowout, but you're still letting 21 points get put up on you. You're still allowing teams like Colorado State to put up 24, even though they did have that good showing against Colorado. I don't think they're that good. Allowing Oregon State to put up 35. Then having a bad defense worries me because it's going to be a shootout in every game in that Pac-12 because all the offenses are high-powered. So if you're letting mediocre to lesser than offenses put up 21 to 30 points, what are you going to let the big high-powered offenses over in the Pac-12 and that Pac-12 schedule do? But that offense is something that people need to start paying attention to. Cam Ward, their quarterback, has a 74.6% completion rate on the year. He averages 347.5 yards per game. That's out of this world. He has 187.1 pass rating this year. And just to put that into perspective, that's better than Sam Hartman this year, 2014 Marcus Mariota, who won the Heisman, Justin Fields of 2019, Jameis Winston of Florida State in 2013, who won the Heisman and the national championship, and 2010 Cam Newton, who won the Heisman and the national championship. So he's on pace to be up there with the absolute greats. He needs more. He needs to be talked about more. In 4 games, he's 13-0 interception to touchdown ratio. So Cam Ward is leading that offense, and this offense is really high powered. They're putting up points 50, 31, 64, 38. Are they playing the best opponents? No. But, I mean, they put up 31 against the Wisconsin and 38 against the Oregon State. And they have a path to prove themselves. They have that heavy Pac-12 slate. They're going to have to go through the USCs, the Oregons, all the teams in that Pac-12. I mean, there's a lot of teams they're going to have to go through. And they're going to be able to show that their defense can hold teams to under the amount of points that they're letting these other teams put up because they're going to have to play those high-powered offenses, and they're going to have to go against those defenses that – I mean, it's not super loaded on the defensive side as much as the offensive side of the Pac-12. But, I mean, their offense we've already seen is putting up points, so they'll continue to put up points. And they have the path to prove themselves to make the playoffs. So if this Oregon State team can continue and get to the Pac-12 championship and win it, expect them to have a really good showing in the playoffs.
Yeah, I mean, I think you hit it head on. This Washington State team is not talked about enough, and neither is Cam Ward. He is very, very legit. And I mean, they had another win against Oregon State, and that's an even better win because Oregon State just dominated Utah, this past Friday. So I mean, that's even more of a better, win on their resume. And like you said, they have a path to prove themselves, but it's not overly, challenging because it's really just 2 games left with Oregon and Washington, And going into those games, yeah, they may have the lesser of the quarterback, but it's not by much. But I mean, like you said, the challenge is how will their defense hold because Oregon and Washington have explosive offenses. So, and I'm not sure if Cam will be able to will his team to victory against those teams. But I do like the Washington State team.
Yeah, I think for me, I mean, we know what the quarterback situations are in the Pac-12. We know what the offense situation is. It's just can their defense pull something together and slow those quarterbacks to allow Cam
Yeah.
Ward to be able to not have to be in a shootout and have to throw 10 touchdowns a game and throw for 500 yards and just try to out-throw the other quarterback. He needs a little help from his defense. But if they can pull that together, they're sitting at 15 right now. This team could really, really make a jump. Or they're sitting at, I think they're sitting at 13.
Yeah, 13. Yeah.
13.
Yeah, like you said, I mean, you're not going to stop the Bo Nixes and the Michael Penixes, but can you slow them down, like you said?